Alright, I've kind of laid this flight out tonight because I've had issues loading Xplane. Like, I'm not sure what's different or what's like hiccuped. But in any case, we're up and running now, and I had to kill Traffic Global just for this flight. I started going through the different plugins to see what was it that was causing some of the issues, but in any case, it is a rainy night here in JFK. And I thought I would duplicate like a flight that's going to happen about around the night to fly from JFK back to Greensboro. And so I'm on the Alpaca Airways tonight. But rainy night, rainy night. We're going to get started. Let's go ahead and turn the alignment, have the alignment happening there. Let's go ahead and put some more light in the cockpit right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking off in just a few minutes. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Okay, just stop it. We're gonna get some window heat. We need some window heat there. Definitely. Technically, I don't usually turn the probes on this early, but rough weather. Alright. Brian, can you go ahead and get our IFR clearance, please?
I'll get our IFR clearance.
Kennedy clearance, Alpaca 2 uniform. We'd like to receive our IFR clearance. We have Mike.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Wow, some rough weather.
Ground flight deck hose disconnected and starting refueling.
Some rough weather. Wow.
Is type Boeing 777-2 requesting IFR clearance to Chicago, please, with information Sierra.
Kennedy clearance, good afternoon. Brickyard, 45.
Ground flight deck fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Chicago O'Hare International. We have information. Quebec. Clearance on request. Stand by.
Did they really give us a squawk code of 1200?
Just a minute.
Did they really not reset 2151? That is very peculiar that they didn't take care of that for me. I'm not sure what happened there.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all calls.
By the way, reserves are 2.4.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Delta Flight 7 welcome on board. We'd like to thank you for your
That is very weird. Normally, everything populates and it's not doing anything. I wonder if I caused that because I took out some of the AV tab information. I bet you I did. Well, what do you say we manually enter it? I guess it couldn't hurt. Well, maybe it's me.
Radar vectors to Liveries, then as pilot climb and maintain the flight path and expect flight level 360 minutes after departure. And departure on 125.7, squawk is 3525 and expect runway.
It was me. I have lost my mind. Lost my mind. Okay. We're going out with flaps 5.
JFK clearance, this is helicopter November 39 Charlie Lima at helipad 1, requesting VFR to White Plains.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Anyway, our center of gravity is 28.6. Ah. I didn't mean to do that. In fact, I need to correct that. That's not right. And I do need to correct that. Hold on. Our trip fuel is 8.8. Okay, let's go back and put this in. The runway winds are 163 at 9. And our MT is 53. V2 is 145, meaning here 155. And if I'm ignoring anybody right now, please forgive me. Okay. Okay.
Blue 189 request IFR clearance. Blue 189 carrying clearance. Let's go on back. Data vectors are DV. Identify climb between 5,000. Specify level 2.
Brian, it's okay to get our pushback and start clearance, please.
Steve, I can't help with that unless I'm in charge of the comms.
You're in charge of all comms, Brian.
I'll handle the comms, Steve.
Now, would you please get our IFR clearance?
I'll request pushback now.
Kennedy Ground, Alpaca 2 uniform, pushback request. We have Mike. Alpaca 9-2 uniform, pushback approved.
Whew.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
And then adjust them loosely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tabs at the bottom of the vest. Manually inflate it by blowing in.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
We're not quite ready to release parking brake. We're not.
JetBlue 137 requesting.
JetBlue 137, pushback approved. Tail southwest. Try not to run over any baggage carts, all right?
Kennedy Ground, Cathay 41 requesting taxi. Crossing runway 4 left, Tango Alpha, Alpha, Kilo, crossing runway 31 left, and Kilo 2, Cathay A41.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines. Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by. Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Alright, we're going to flaps to 5. RTO is set. Brian, we're ready for taxi clearance, please.
I'll request taxi clearance now, Steve.
Hey, buddy. We're ready for taxi clearance.
I'll request taxi clearance now, Steve.
Kennedy ground, Alpaca 2 uniform, ready to taxi. We have Mike.
Oh, goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Flight 2455, departing from John F. Kennedy International Airport and flying to Piedmont Triad International Airport. Our estimated flight time is approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes. Please give us your full attention. Safety first, fiesta later, eh? To start, please ensure your seat backs and tray tables are in the upright position and your window blinds are open for takeoff. Now, let me demonstrate how to fasten your seatbelt. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To tighten, pull the strap. And to release, lift the buckle. Remember, your seatbelt must be fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. If we experience a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from above you. Pull the mask firmly towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Make sure to secure your own mask before assisting others. You will find your life vest located under your seat or between the seats. To put it on, pull it over your head, fasten it, and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. We also have special life vests for children available. In case of an emergency, floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which is clearly marked. We have 2 exits at the front, 2 over the wings, and 2 at the rear of the aircraft. The nearest exit may be behind you. In the event of an evacuation, please leave all personal belongings behind and follow the crew's instructions immediately. For your safety, please refrain from smoking and using e-cigarettes anywhere on board, including the lavatories. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode, and larger devices must be securely stowed during takeoff and landing. Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
Okay.
Gracias.
Right, landing lights. Continuous, engines to continuous. Chronometers reset. Ron, can you get takeoff clearance?
I'll request takeoff clearance now, Steve.
Kennedy Tower, Alpaca 2 uniform, holding short of runway 22 right. We're ready for departure.
Alpaca 2 uniform, Kennedy Tower, runway 22 right, winds 150 at Niner. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff. Flying runway heading. Alpaca 2 uniform.
Very wet pavement right now. All right, we're going to straighten it up here. And one. Rotating. Positive rate.
Landing gear lever, up.
Gear up.
Done. Left and right wiper, park position, max 200 kts.
Flaps are being retracted.
1000.
contact departure on 125.7.
Switching to departure on 125.7. Alpaca 2 uniform.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Kennedy approach, Alpaca 2 uniform, evening, climbing past 1,000.
Alpaca 2 uniform, Kennedy approach, not seeing you on radar. Cycle your transponder and ident again for me.
I know we're correct. I'll have to fix that. Okay.
12 kilo on navigation. On navigation, 12 kilo. Roger. Delta 625, climb and maintain flight level 260.
Climb and maintain flight level 260. Delta 265. My bad. Delta 625.
How's it go? All right, we need to check on our transponder. 2151. Alpaca 637 Alpha, advise our squawk code. We're squawking 2151.
Alpaca 92 uniform, unable to advise squawk code. Continue squawking 2151. Alpaca 92 uniform, radar contact. 10 south of Kennedy at 4900 feet. New York altimeter 3000. Direct topper then is filed, please.
Radar contact 4900 feet. New York altimeter 3000. Direct topper, then is filed. Alpaca 2 uniform.
All right, direct topper.
Alpaca 92 uniform, climb and maintain flight level 220.
Climb and maintain flight level 220. Alpaca 2 uniform.
I'll take your word for it. Not much to see if you're outside right now here.
Climb, maintain flight level 290, turn left 010, back to American.
Hey, King Kirkland.
American 1355, contact New York Center on 118.975. Going to 2440 heavy, Kennedy departure, climb and maintain flight level 270. Maintain flight level 270, United 2440 heavy.
This is where I have to trust my instruments because this angle here, you feel like you're like too elevated, like your angle of climb is too extreme, but you're only, if you look here, you're not hardly climbing.
Fuel facing lights, off, low pressure lights.
think that's doing any good.
Dear guests, we are now cruising comfortably above the clouds. The lavatories are available for your convenience, and you may now use approved electronic devices in flight mode. Our cabin service will begin shortly, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today. Gracias.
Alpaca 92 uniform, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Climb and maintain flight level 290. Alpaca 2 uniform.
Wow, lots of activity up here. Good evening, King Kirkland. Nice weather we're having here. I would say this, even the lightning, well done. I mean, it really, it's got kind of a believable tone to it. Whoa, that was close. Ooh. What's the ground look like? We have a crosswind. I'm not used to having this problem, especially when I'm climbing.
Alpaca 92 uniform, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 320. Alpaca 2 uniform.
Alpaca 92 uniform, contact New York Center on 118.975.
Switching to New York Center on 118.975. Alpaca 2 uniform. New York Center, Alpaca 2
Heading
uniform,
buff,
evening,
adjust
climb
track.
17,000 from flight level 320.
Alpaca 2 uniform, New York Center, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 320. Alpaca 2 uniform.
Okay, 320 and let's see here. Heading bug. Yeah, this is see, are we starting to get a little break from the weather? Check. No, not really. But we are coming out of it. As we get down, we got about 3 waypoints away from being kind of more in the a little bit of the clear.
293 uniform, contact Washington Center on 133.05.
Switching to Washington Center on 133.05. Alpaca 2 uniform.
JetBlue 138, contact Boston Center on 124.525.
Washington Center, Alpaca 2 uniform, evening climbs to flight level 200 for flight level 320.
Alpaca 2 uniform, Washington Center, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 320. Alpaca 2 uniform.
Okay. All right, I can breathe now. Okay. Right, we're at 260. Final climb or final flight level will be 320. We're 351 miles outside of Greensboro.
Heading about, adjust track.
Southwest 538, contact Potomac approach on 119.0.
119.0. Southwest 538.
All right, we're finally out of the weather completely.
Bank angle, 10 degrees, above flight level 300. Set.
How's it go?
Cabin lighting, crews, passengers.
Alejandro, you can make the announcement. We're at flight level, but keep your seatbelts on if you're in your seat. By the way, that was a brutal JFK takeoff. Like that was on some bad weather. Storm cells. We had a lot of red cells above us.
Your purser for today. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 31
I fly out of LaGuardia on.
We are flying from John F. Kennedy International Airport
I'll fly out of
to
LaGuardia to come back on the night.
Airport with a distance of 398 miles ahead of us. The time is 10:29 p.m. and we are making great progress. Please keep your seatbelts fastened while seated.
Fly out of JFK though on the first. After the first, we're actually driving up to New York City from where I am on one day for an entire day, and then flying out the next day.
And enjoy the flight. Gracias.
I did notice something. We I was at LaGuardia earlier, at the LaGuardia airport, and I realized how much smaller it is. It looks smaller compared to JFK. It looks smaller. I was having issues earlier with getting into JFK with my an Xplane, and I finally had to start pulling plugins to see what is it that's causing the problem, and it may have been Traffic Global, and I hated that. But then again too, I don't know at Traffic Global. I've got weather. The weather actually looks great. I mean, the depiction of weather looked great. So I'm not sure why Traffic Global all of a sudden decided to be a pain in my side, because usually it works fine. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know what it was, but it was having issues. So if you don't see as many planes out right now, that's why. What'd you get? Alright, we're at cruise. We're at 320 in cruise level, and we're 314 miles outside. We'll go ahead and check our descent information.
Adjust track.
Wait. Okay. Forecast. We're going to get our descent winds. Okay, and let's get our QNH at our arrival, which is 30.01. And that means we're 263 miles from top of descent. Good. I don't need my checklist right now, so I am going to take XChecklist and turn it off. There we go. That was actually I've had 2 rough weather times recently. One was flying out of Detroit last night. No, the Detroit actually was a daytime flight. I think daytime it was awful. And the Detroit actually was an A330, and that was flying from Detroit to Charles de Gaulle International, and that weather was pretty bad. Okay, so QNH is 3001 for arrival. It'll be a while before we descend. And that was weird on the climb earlier. I actually exceeded I went over speed, so yeah, I think the winds were a little bit unpredictable on the climb. Okay. I think we should have less of an issue on descent with the weather, and because Greensboro's fairly decent right now. The weather's weather's clear right now in Greensboro, but we do have some weather cells to our north, and I'm trying to see what direction they're coming, if they're coming toward us. It does say we have overcast at around 11,000. So we were considering on an international flight if we were coming back via just a rental car, or if we're going to fly. And it looks like it's more practical to fly. Rates are not that bad from say like an LGA, a LaGuardia to Greensboro. The rates are not bad at all, so I think maybe it makes more sense to fly. This is the lull part of the flight where nothing's going on at the moment. Well, good evening, Jose. Welcome aboard. Hope you're doing okay. I thought we'd take the 737-800 tonight for a little spin in the rain.
Hey, Captain Steve. First Officer Brian. Would you like anything to drink or a small snack? No cookie in the cup this time. Promise.
Coffee with half and half and pastry.
Sure thing, Captain Steve. I'll get that coffee with half and half and a pastry right away. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alejandro El Hombros y Paellas y Haciendas y García de la Torre y Panuk Res del Campo Rodríguez de Arrieta, alcalde municipal del Real Madrid, your purser for today. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 32,002 feet, flying from John F. Kennedy International Airport to Piedmont Triad International Airport. The time is 10:40 p.m. and we have a distance of 398 miles ahead of us. Our planned cruise level is 34,000 feet. The weather at Piedmont Triad International Airport is Information Quebec updated at 0254 Zulu. We will be beginning our descent shortly, so please stay tuned for further updates. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the flight. Gracias.
He's pretty good. He's very, very professional. Does a good job. I thought tonight, by the way, the reason I picked this flight tonight was I actually will be flying from JFK back to Greensboro on the 9th. So I thought we would try just a little flight.
Alpaca 92 uniform, expect the Hemby 1 arrival, aero transition. In about 20 minutes, I'll start your descent. Reach out if you want an early start.
I want to check what I'm using for a descent.
Hemby 1 arrival, aero transition. We'll wait for our call on the descent or reach out if we need it early.
Yeah, we can use Hemby. So how do you like it? Is it any differences? Is it like it? I'm thinking if you're hauling freight, I'm wondering if it's less resourceful. How does it work? But how does it fly? Does it fly good? I'm looking forward to going and doing another flight with my 777. I had problems with my flight factor 777 at the Paris at the Charles de Gaulle Airport, and but I'm anxious to go try it again to see if it was just some anomaly or something. I'm not sure why I had issues, but it was killing my frame rate. So I'm going to see if we can go back and get a good flight in with it. All right. We're still quite a ways from top of descent, by the way. I think American Eagle is big. In fact, the flight we're on, this flight here is, even though it's Alpaca, typically the flight that comes out of JFK or LaGuardia or American Eagle flights back and forth to Greensboro. Where did you fly, Jose? Where did you fly? Or what was your where'd you originate? Where'd you depart from, and where'd you land? So we've only been, we're only 35 minutes outside of JFK right now, to have come as far as we have. There's not much going on up here. By the way, the reason the skies are a little bit sparser is I had trouble with Traffic Global. I was troubleshooting plugins, and because every time I would go into JFK, try to enter into the airport, and when it was loading, it would bug out and crash my Xplane. So I had to start pulling plug-in by plug-in to make sure I could figure out what was wrong. And it turned out when I pulled the Traffic Global, it went right in. I will say this too, the weather was really rocking at the time. So maybe it was a combination of things, but I did pull the weather stuff out of there. How we doing? All right, we have ways. Anybody have a favorite airport that you like originated out of? Do you have one in particular you always go back to? Excuse me. All right, we are We're currently at 320, about 230 miles outside of top of descent. And once we begin top of descent, we'll be coming into Greensboro Triad International Airport, or Piedmont Triad International, at 23 right. So we'll have a slight transition and come and set up for runway 23.
American 6790 Heavy, contact Washington, sensor 120.975. 3255, 1472.
Midcon 1472, contact Washington Center on 132.55.
Okay. Okay. We're passing over here. It looks like an airport down there. What is it?
Alpaca 92 uniform, contact Washington Center on 120.9075.
All right, so one.
Center on 120.975. Alpaca.
If they would let me go direct to Aero, and I could start the descent now. We're only at 3320. That would save so much time. Let me see here. Great, so we're going all the way down to RDU to Henby to set up for our approach. So that's 2-3 there. There's 2-3 right, so let me see. Alright, we're going to start toward Aero, if it'll let me. Let's see who's going to let me. Or Henby. Yeah, we could start toward Henby. I'm thinking of all these ways we could do a shortcut, or I could just follow the script and do it the right way. I will play it out. My concern is if that don't let it play out and just follow the script, is my rate of descent, everything, just it'll just mess it up. So we may go ahead and wait. So that will put us starting our descent at RDU. At waypoint RDU. Yeah, that's fine. We need to go ahead and put our elevation information in, which will be 926 feet. Okay. Our runways need to be set to 234 are my course headings. 234, and the this goes for the right one too, which I'm setting. 234, and 109.55 is our frequency. 109.55. That was weird. 109. I was at a recent airport with this aircraft. It was really close. So 109.55, 109.55. Confirm 109.55. We have a VREF of 40 at 142 knots. Plus 5. Plus 5. Let's inspect any potential discontinuities. Looks like once we get to the CF 23 right waypoint, Heaven is the next one, and then the runway. But I don't see any discontinuities. Okay. And it says we're still 149 miles from top of descent, and that would be the time that we get to RDU. Really? Is it that far? Alright, our auto brake's already set to, or ANTOS get us set to 2 for arrival. And speed brake will be armed. A ground spoiler will be armed. So Greensboro elevation is 926 feet. I just realized now what takes so long for this flight. It's the transition. To get to Greensboro from New York City is nothing for the plane, but it's once you get in the area of Greensboro, it's the transition to land. Spin that. So our arrival is the Henby arrival, and let's go ahead and get Brian to brief it. Brian, will you brief our descent and arrival, our approach?
We'll be arriving in Greensboro on runway 23 right using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the Henby 1 arrival. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 23 right. Weather at arrival shows winds calm, broken clouds at 600 feet, solid overcast at 1,000 feet, no significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 2151 and approach frequency will be 124.35. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Rock and roll. Okay. We're still 80 miles from RDU, and then from there it takes us to the Henby waypoint. It's another 63 miles.
Good evening. Skyhawk 2 Sierra Papa, look for traffic at your 11 o'clock, 3 miles at 5,500, type unknown. The hardest part of this whole approach is just getting to RDU, because it's like takes forever.
right. Welcome aboard. This red-eye flight. That's not, yeah, it is a red-eye. It's 11:05. It's a red-eye. So we're 54 miles from RDU waypoint, and we're, according to this, we're 93 nautical miles from top of descent. That would be the time we start coming back down.
Delta 9 contact Washington Center on 133.825. 33825.
One thing I'm very kind of cautious about here, about descending too early, is the elevations around Greensboro and the areas here, like in North Carolina, are kind of deceiving. So I would just rather be safe than sorry. Follow the rules on descents. Not go down too soon, and you never know. You got to watch out because you can go down to, because you got to understand you're at 926 foot elevation before you ever get into Greensboro. So. Okay, getting closer, 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 closer. We're about 76 miles from top of descent, and about, oh, how much closer to the waypoint, or much closer to RDU. Yeah, 35 miles. Bring it in. There we go.
American 6790 Heavy, Washington Center, good evening, at flight level 400. 6790 Heavy, Washington Center, good evening. 76 Heavy, at flight level 410. American 786 Heavy, Washington Center, good evening.
Okay, so we are. nearing RDU. I don't understand the transition they do from RDU to Henby, but I guess we'll see. It's what it's what they called for. All right, we are close as I want to be right now. Brian, would you get our clearance for us to start our descent on the Henby 1 arrival?
I'll request descent clearance now, Steve.
Washington Center, Alpaca 2 uniform, requesting descent via the Henby 1 arrival.
Alpaca 9 uniform, cleared Henby 1 IRO transition into Greensboro. At your discretion, descend and maintain flight level 230.
Cleared Henby 1 Aero transition into Greensboro. Descend and maintain flight level 230 at our discretion. Alpaca 2 uniform.
Maybe passing right over KRDU.
Hey, Captain Steve, First Officer Brian. Would you like anything to drink or a small snack? If you look a bit more awake in a minute, that does my doing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alejandro El Hombros y Paellas y Haciendas y García de la Torre y Poncres del Campo Rodríguez de Arrieta, alcalde municipal del Real Madrid. We have left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Piedmont Triad International Airport. Please return to your seats, stow your tray tables, and fasten your seat belts. The use of lavatories is no longer allowed at this time. Thank you for your cooperation, and we will be landing shortly. Gracias.
So we're on a slow descent right now. We are about 300. I've set my altitude at 040 just because I know it will follow the VNAV restrictions, but it should be a smooth descent. Next waypoint is Henby. We're on our way to Henby.
Alpaca 9 uniform, descend and maintain flight level 210.
Descend and maintain flight level 210. Alpaca 2 uniform.
You heard that. All right, 280. Okay. It's kind of a weird kind of a transition, but I'm just doing what each waypoint says to do. So we're heading to Henby, then to the GSO waypoint. Let's see here. All right, we can do it. So we're bleeding off on altitude on this longer approach, the way it's taken us all the way over to the current waypoint. We're going to Henby, and then from Henby we'll come back down to almost 180 and go to indication. This is a long approach, by the way that they're having you go. It's just, it's weird. Very weird. So it's taking us to up to what we call the Henby waypoint, which is past the airport and back down, which is exactly what ATC said to do, and that's what our flight plan says. So I'll just do it. So open that back up. map. I still think it's a strange, kind of a discombobulated approach that they have in the book for this, but I'm following it. Right. It is giving us plenty of time to descend, though. It is that. Alright, QNH is already set. It's 3001. Anti-skids are set to 2. Ground spoilers armed. Flaps are not moving yet. We're not doing that yet. Alright, we're at 18,000. We've already transitioned.
Descend, maintain 15,000. Alpaca 2 uniform.
Alpaca 9 2 uniform, descend and maintain 7,000, altimeter 3002.
Descend and maintain 7,000, altimeter 3002, Alpaca 2 uniform.
We've got to get a handle on our speed in a minute here. We're kind of runaway, and I was looking at why, because we have a headwind coming at us, and I'm not sure what's going on.
Uniform, contact Greensboro approach on 124.35.
Switching to Greensboro approach on 124.35. Alpaca 2 uniform.
See if I can get a handle on the speed.
Greensboro approach, Alpaca 2 uniform evening, descending from 16,000 to 7,000.
Alpaca 2 uniform, Greensboro approach. Expect the ILS runway 23 right approach into Greensboro.
Expect the ILS runway 23 right approach into Greensboro, Alpaca 2 uniform.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of turns in their transition for this to get to end position, including we'll go past the airport, and when we get to our farthest waypoint, we literally have a turnaround, like a U-turn turnaround they have set for us to do. I'm not sure why they did it that way. It's not like I can turn on a dime.
maintain 10700, turn left, heading 010 vectors for the ILS runway 23 right approach.
Descend and maintain 10,700, left heading 010 for vectors to ILS, runway 23 right. Alpaca 2 uniform.
Sharp turn. Okay. We're going to flaps 1. We're at flaps 5.
Columbia 1 Lima Charlie, contact Winston-Salem Tower on 123.75. 2375, Lima Charlie.
02 Papa, cleared direct CSCXP. Descend and maintain 4,000. Cleared for the ILS 5 right approach to Greensboro.
Clear for ILS 5 right approach.
Alpaca 92 uniform, turn right, heading 015.
Turning right, heading 015, Alpaca 2 uniform.
Alright, landing lights. Light it up. Engines to continuous. Brian, brief us for the approach and landing.
We'll be arriving in Greensboro on runway 23 right using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the Henby 1 arrival. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 23 right. Weather at arrival shows winds calm, broken clouds at 600 feet. Solid overcast at 1,000 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 2151 and approach frequency will be 124.35. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to gate Terminal 48A. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Alpaca 92 uniform, descend and maintain 10,000.
Descending and maintaining 10,000. Alpaca 2 uniform.
Velocity 010, Tango Bravo, Greensboro approach, roger. Velocity 010, Tango Bravo, Greensboro approach, contact. Mayesville, approach on 127.8.
Over to 127.8, velocity 0 Tango Bravo. Check.
Alpaca 92 uniform, turn right, heading 355.
Turning right, heading 355. Alpaca 2 uniform.
Papa Victor, contact Atlanta Center on 133.15.
133.15, Papa Victor, so long. November 905, Papa Victor at 4,000. Level 190, clear direct wing.
until established on the localizer, cleared for the ILS runway 23 right approach.
Alpaca 92 uniform, contact Greensboro Tower on 119.1.
Proceeding direct Charlie Foxtrot 23 Romeo. Descend and maintain 3... Greensboro Tower, Alpaca 2 uniform, evening. We're established on the ILS approach for runway 23 right.
Alpaca 2 uniform, Greensboro Tower, roger, continue approach runway 23 right. Alpaca 2 uniform, Greensboro Tower, winds 180 at 3, runway 23 right, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 23 right, Alpaca 2 uniform.
That was work. That was work. Okay.
$2,500.
Can I help it along there, can I? Without messing it up. Nearing 1,000 mark. I want to take back the throttle at that point.
Thousand feet stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
We got the throttle. Airport looks good here at night. The illumination, everything looks really good. Right. Come on, trying to keep it throttled.
500.
Good. What some of the areas that you're seeing there too are the FedEx. Settle it down easy. There we go. Reversers.
Alpaca 92 uniform, contact ground.
Flaps retracted. And ground spoilers.
Alpaca 2 uniform evening. We're clear of the runway and ready to taxi to the gate.
Alpaca 2 uniform, Greensboro ground, taxi to terminal gate 48A via Hotel 2, Delta Kilo, Juliet 2. Have a good evening.
Got it. Got it.
Taxi to gate 48 Alpha via Hotel 2, Delta Kilo, Juliet 2. Alpaca 2 uniform.
So welcome to Greensboro. This is Piedmont Triad International Airport. It's not the largest terminal by any stretch, but it's nice. It's a very nice terminal.
Air 281, contact tower on 119.1, so long.
119.1, Air 281.
So from New York JFK to Greensboro, North Carolina. Welcome. Terminal's nice. It's like I said, it's nothing nothing huge or large, but it's very well done. Usually I come in on 5, actually 2-3 left. Usually I think it's the one we come in on. Here. Once again, I will go back and add in my traffic global, but just not this time. All right. So we're going to put brakes on. GPU and chocks are set. Start the GPU. And take down the fuel.
Delta 1234, clearly active. Greensboro ground negative.
And we'll close out the flight.
1234, request taxi to gate.
Delta 234, taxi to gate at your discretion.
Taxi to gate in line
we had a good landing. Did have a good landing. 146 feet per minute. Real pleased with that. It's good. It's a good landing. Okay. We'll go back and watch a replay. Give you a better look at the airport, setup at the airport. Passengers view. Right, so welcome to Greensboro, North Carolina, and we'll catch everybody on the next flight.